In this episode, I will show you a practical workflow for reviewing a B2B contract before you sign it. The example is a commercial agreement between two companies. It covers digital services, SEO and GEO optimization, software development, system integrations, and data analytics. This is not legal advice. It is a business risk filter. Because in a contract like this, one weak clause can quietly turn into budget overruns, unclear responsibility, and financial exposure for your company. We start in Word, where the agreement is already open. The first step is to give Claude a very specific review prompt inside the document environment. The prompt defines what Claude should check, what conclusions it should extract, and what it must not do. I am not asking Claude to rewrite the contract or make uncontrolled edits. It should only analyze the document, identify risky clauses, separate favorable and unfavorable terms, and highlight what needs clarification or negotiation before signing. When the document review is finished, we move to Excel. The point here is not to manually copy the whole contract into another tool. We use the next prompt to convert the findings into a structured analysis table. Excel becomes the decision layer. It organizes each clause, assigns risk level, marks whether the clause is favorable or unfavorable, and shows which items require immediate negotiation. This is much easier to verify than a long text answer because the output is now visible, sortable, and ready for business review. Now the analysis is ready. And this is where the contract starts to look very different. Instead of reading the entire agreement again, we can immediately see the problem areas. The table shows several potentially dangerous clauses. Some of them may create serious financial exposure over the full cooperation period. In this example, we have 3 critical, unfavorable clauses that should not be accepted as written. We also have several important high-risk clauses that require renegotiation or clarification. If this agreement was signed in the current form, the company could face unclear scope, uncontrolled extra costs, weak protection, and poor negotiating position later. That is why this workflow is not built around one giant prompt. One huge prompt may look impressive, but it is harder to check and easier to misread. Here, the process is split into stages. Word is used for reading the contract and extracting the issues. Excel is used for structured analysis, scoring, filtering, and prioritization. This gives us a cleaner audit trail and makes the result more useful for an actual business decision. Before moving to the presentation, look at the summary dashboard. This view compresses the contract into a clear management signal. It shows what is acceptable, what requires negotiation, and what should stop the signing process. The key message is simple. Do not sign first and discover the problem later. Identify the risk early, quantify it, and go into the negotiation with a clear position. Now we move to PowerPoint. Again, we do not manually rebuild everything slide by slide. We give Claude a focused prompt and ask it to turn the Excel analysis into a presentation. The goal is not to create decorative slides. The goal is to prepare a clean executive brief that a manager, director, or board member can understand quickly. While the presentation is being prepared, the structured analysis remains the source of truth. The slides should explain the risk, not invent new conclusions. The presentation is ready. With a brief like this, you can go to your manager or the board and say, "This agreement is not ready to sign. These are the critical clauses. These are the negotiation points. And this is the business reason behind the recommendation." The final position is direct, stop, and negotiate before accepting this contract. This is the real value of the workflow. AI is not making the final decision for you. It is shortening the review process, exposing risks faster, and turning a long document into a structured output that a human can verify before acting. That is the difference between using AI as a toy and using it as a business process tool. You can download the materials from this video for free. The link is in the video description. Use them as a template for your own document review workflow. If you want more practical business automation examples like this, subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and write in the comments what business process you want me to test next.